What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I'm here with the Latin America Regionals full breakdown, deck lists included. This time we have all of the top 16 deck lists in the video. That's gonna be crazy, guys. This is the event that we have streamed here on the channel. You can check it in the live section. It was awesome. And before we begin this video, guys, this was a ton of work importing all of these deck lists. So please hit those like and subscribe buttons, share the video, and help us get to 3,000 subs. Now, roll the video. As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown, or in this case, general info. So I'm going to be super brief because this video is going to be long otherwise. This event was organized by Latam TCG Events. Amazing event, guys, amazing event. Online best of one, no pre-side, 68 players, 6 rounds. It was a huge BT20 legal event, like 68 players. That was a lot of players for the Latin America region. We were the official casters for the event. Me and Peter Dance did the casting for Latam Regionals. It was awesome. We had one of the biggest live streams, I think. It was like 297 viewers. Absolute insanity. And we can't wait to cast more events. And finally, yes, deck lists are included in this video. Let's jump to the top 16. Here we have the top 16, guys. So look at this. This looks, it looks a bit scary, but there is also some crazy diversity here. So this was a no pre-side best of one format. So decks are a bit different, and some decks like Gogeta actually thrive in this environment. But let's start with the winner, Gerson Pizarro, Gotenks Reboot, taking the Latin America Regionals again. This is the same player who won the last time. Congratulations, really congratulations, man. Amazing job winning with green. Yes, that's what I want to see. Second place, Federico Zaka with Gogeta GT. Federico is a good friend of the channel. Congratulations, we have this game also uploaded on the live stream. He's really a master player. He's really a phenomenal player, and taking second place with Gogeta GT. Congratulations, my friend. Third place we have Jorge Gomez. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not very good at pronouncing your names. Sorry if I get something wrong. Also, a very good friend of the channel with Supreme Kai of Time. So yeah, Supreme Kai of Time keeps being strong across various regions. I thought that Cumber was going to be the stronger one, but Supreme Kai of Time actually putting in the work. Fourth place, we have Raul Adaro with Android 21. Congratulations, Raul. Android 21, this was the newest one from the BT20. This was the only Android 21 in the top 16. Which can be due to the metagame not really being blue, because Android 21 thrives in a blue metagame, and this wasn't it. Fifth place, Felipe, and sixth place, Christian with Gogeta GTs. Congratulations, guys. Gogeta has been very dominant in this top 16. Seventh place, Frank Delgado with Cumber. So Cumber is making a showing in the top 16. Congratulations, Frank. This is very interesting to see, because, as I said, I thought that Cumber was going to be a more dominant force in the metagame, but we always see like one of them in the top 16. But yeah, this was a no pre-side format, and apparently Frank played Cumber like a madman and actually got 7th place with him. Congratulations. 8th place, Juan Soto with Gogeta GT. Congratulations, Juan. This is, another Gogeta in the top 16. 9th place, we're gonna have this one on the channel. 9th place, Felipe Sanchez with Soul Striker. We have this game also on the live stream. This was a very aggressive build, and I cannot wait to bring you guys the deck profile to see all the thoughts and ideas behind this deck. And then a surprise, 10th place, Broly Swap. Guys. Like, wow. Congratulations, Andres Good job with Broly swap, man. Like you don't see this very often. 11th place, Carlos Delgado with Gogeta GT. Congratulations, Carlos. 12th place, Vincent with Cooler Mill. So Cooler Mill, this deck was at the previous Latam regionals as well, I believe. And yeah, Cooler thrives in a metagame where there's a lot of battle cards, so he can mill you and decks draw a lot, which is actually what happens with Gogeta GT. Gogeta GT draws cards like insane, and Cooler can take some advantage over it. And especially you have other decks like Yellow now has like Majin Vegeta. None of those things actually have barrier, so there's still a lot of targets for Cooler just to keep milling. Cooler is pretty good at the moment, guys. 13th place, Luis with Red Sin. This was the only Red Sin. Congratulations, Luis. 14th place was Thomas Alvarez with Apeku, another yellow deck. I love Apeku. I really wish that this deck keeps performing. You know, it's a cool deck. The leader's ability is so strong. It should perform better. But congratulations, Thomas, for 14th place. 15th place, Diafat with Blue Baby. Yeah, Blue Baby. Broly swap and Blue Baby. Congratulations, man. As you can see, I'm completely speechless. Congratulations on winning 15th place. And 16th place, Jose with Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta really showing up in force on these events. And Majin Vegeta is really showing to be like a tier 1.5, I would say, yellow deck. That deck is incredibly scary. Let's check out all of the decks at the event. Okay, guys, so these are all of the decks. I have 60 decks here, so I'm missing some. But yeah, other than that, let's check what we had. 7 Gogetas, 5 made it to the top 16. 7 Gogetas in general. Then we have 2 copies of Masked Saiyan Reboot. Masked Saiyan Reboot, it looks like it's one of the fan favorite decks here at Latam, because I saw it the last time in the top 16, and this isn't a deck that you see in other regions. 4 copies of Gamma. Gamma was one of the... No, it wasn't one of... It was the only... no, it wasn't. Gamma and Android 21 were the only blue decks in higher numbers. 3 copies of Trunks Jita, a staple yellow leader, one of the best yellow leaders in the game. Then just 4 copies of Sin and only 1 making it to the top 16. This is interesting. 3 copies of Supreme Kai. 3 copies of Pen Reboot. Pen Reboot is also one that I've heard that players in Latam love playing. Unfortunately, no pens in the top 16. But still awesome to see this deck seeing play. 4 copies of Majin Vegeta, only 1 making it to the top 16. 2 copies of Cumber, also only 1 in the top 16. Then we have 3 Vegetos, 2 Gotenks, out of which 1 won the event. And then we have 2 copies of the newest Invoker and 2 copies of Android 21, with only 1 in the top 16. So yeah, these are all of the decks which had more than a single copy. And regarding the other ones, we had Green King Piccolo, Broly Swap, Green Cooler, SS4 Goku, the green one, Gogeta Ramp, Roshi, Golden Frieza, Hachiek, Blue Baby, Bulma, Soul Striker, Vegito BT20, the Spirit Bomb deck, OG Broly actually showing up, SS4 Vegeta, Skillless Gohan, Green Gogeta, and Green Boo. Yeah, these are all of the decks at the event. Now let's check out the leader diversity. So this is the leader/color diversity pie chart. We're only looking at the diversity among leaders in each color, not at the total number of decks in each color. So we had 7 red leaders, 7 blue leaders, 8 green. Green actually having the highest number of diverse leaders in the game at the event. I mean, 4 black, only 4 black and 5 yellow. So, well, you can explain this in a way that when you're looking at black, you don't really have that many choices. You have Cumber and Supreme Kai. That's it. And there's like Hachiek, and I can't remember the last one. And green has a lot of choices, you know, because nothing is really meta in green. But you know, when it comes to red is it's not exactly 7, because I've also placed Vegito and Invoker in it. But red and blue, you know, next favorites after green. They have stronger leaders than green, but green has a lot of more room for experimentation, while black really doesn't. Let's check out the color diversity chart. Finally, we're looking at the deck diversity chart. So we're looking at the total number of decks in each color. You can call this the color diversity chart. So red in the highest numbers, 21 decks, completely dominating other colors. So red once again in strong showing, but keep in mind that this is best of 1 no pre-side, and Gogeta is insanely strong. Here 7 out of these decks are Gogeta and 4 are Sin. Those 2 decks are very strong in such a format. Then 11 blue, 11 yellow, only 8 black decks, and finally 9 green decks. So black the weakest showing, yellow and blue, you know, not somewhere in between, like the exact amount of decks, and then green slightly lower. But it's interesting to see that we have a region where green isn't the least represented color, which is also very cool because green won the event. Now the moment that all have you been waiting for, let's jump into the deck lists. Okay guys, here are the deck lists. Huge shout out to the TO for providing me with all of these deck lists, and shout out to Eggman for helping me import all of these deck lists. I had no idea that I could actually import them for like deck codes and stuff. That really helped out a lot. Thank you, Eggman. I'm linking his website in the description below. Go check it out. He also has this breakdown with all of the deck lists from Deck Planet. So we are starting off with Gotenks Reboot. This is Erson's Pizarro Gotenks Reboot deck. So yeah guys, take a good look. It is the deck that beats Gogeta in the final game. There is one standout card here that I would like to point out, because I'm just gonna go through these fast, because you have all of them in the description. Goku's Kamehameha Deflection. There was an awesome moment during the stream where he played Goku's Kamehameha Deflection to kill a 4-drop, and he basically focused his entire gameplay around removing Gogeta's 4-drops, just denying him the ability to combo, to draw cards, and then just overwhelmed him with Gotenks. And here is the Z deck, of course. Next we have second place, Federico's SS4 Gogeta. Here is the list, guys. It is pretty standard from what I am seeing here. Yeah, you have some choices like Koitsuka in the main board, but this is because there was no pre-side. There was no pre-side, so you need to build with that in mind. Here's also the Z deck. Then we have third place, Supreme Kai of Time. So yeah, checking this out, it seems like a pretty standard Supreme Kai of Time list. We have this amazing Masked Saiyan, which is just like insane, like deflect, 20k critical for 1 energy. Then we have like the playsets of the newest support cards, and finally we have the Z deck here. So congratulations to Jorge. I think Jorge. Sorry, I'll stop trying to pronounce your names, guys. I'm so sorry. Then fourth place. This is the only Android 21. What I wish to point out here, what I don't see in other lists, is 3 copies of Reddit's Giant Force. So now when you no longer can have 4 copies of Boo Unison, now there were 3 copies of Reddit's Giant Force in this deck. And we also have 2 copies of Vegeta the Cruel. This is interesting, and 1 copy of Perfect Force Cell. So yeah, this is cool. This isn't something that you see every day. Plus 1 copy of Absolute Confidence, and the Z deck, like always. Next we have the 5th place Gogeta. So once again, a pretty standard Gogeta list. There is not much room for innovation anymore in Gogeta, because this deck has been seeing play since September of last year. we have some cool things here. We have 3 copies of Unending Awakening, which is basically a counter-attack Senzu. This is cool. This is a solution for, Senzuing your Gogeta now that the Goku, which was basically a Senzu Bean, is gone. A lot of decks are running the Pseudo Super Combo as well. Pilaf is here because no pre-side, and the rest is pretty standard. We just have the spaceship boss monster. Yeah, we have 1 copy of this one, and then, the Z deck. Then we have another Gogeta at 6th place. Looking at this list, I think everything here is also pretty standard. We have 4 copies of Indomitable Might. Not all Gogetas run this one. And we have a 2-2 split between Reddit's and Beerus Super Combo. Next we have the Cumber deck. So the only Cumber deck. This one is... it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I see some spicy unexpected turn here from the European regionals. We also have a Crack in Space Time. We have the Gogeta package with Fearless Fusion. So this package plus Crack plus turn is starting to look like the way to go for Cumber. I was also told by Frank that he didn't have the full TPs, so he just ran Petrification in the deck. And this is the Z deck. Then we are moving to 8th place, another Gogeta. This one, I think this one is the most standard list that we have seen. This is standard Gogeta, just running 3 copies of the Super Combo for more pressure and more card draw. Then we have 9th place Soul Striker. We will have this deck profile on the channel. So guys, I'm not gonna talk a lot about this one because we're gonna have a profile, but this is the list. This looks very aggressive. Also running the Pseudo Super Combo, running 3 copies of the Gohan Rare, running Awakening Talent Pan for Awakening. This is cool because if your opponent knows how you awaken, they can actually play around this. And the rest is pretty standardish blue stuff. But like I've said, we're gonna have this deck profile up this week. Keep an eye out for that. And the Z deck, of course. Next, Broly Swap. This is the Broly Swap deck, and I just wish to say congratulations to the player, because there is this one big thing about Broly Swap. All of these cards, almost all of them have Servant. And if you run into Cumber, you basically lost. So this was pretty ballsy deck to pick. Congratulations. Sorry guys, this is the Z deck. I've accidentally put it here. Then 11th place, I believe this is our final Gogeta GT. Pretty standard list. This one is running Shen and as a tech against other Gogeta decks, and 2 copies of Omen of Awakening. This is the Z deck. Then we are going to Cooler Mill. Cooler Mill, guys. Was there more to say? Cooler Mill, just running a whole package of things to recycle, to negate, to lower power, and then just get things back, and then just blocking you with Oceanus Shenron. Now you're not thinking about really attacking because you're gonna sacrifice so much cards from your deck. Very, very cool list. Then 13th place, a mono red build. No, it wasn't a mono red. Okay, this was a red yellow build of Sin Shenron. We don't see this one anymore. A lot of regions have shied away from this build. So we have 2 copies of Dragon Thunder. We have 1 Ultimate Dragon Quake. This card is phenomenal. And what else that we have? We have Saiyan Kaba. We have Frieza's Death Ball. This isn't really a standard in Syndex. And we also have 2 copies of Bodyguard Legic, which is also something that you don't see all the time. And here is the Z deck. We are approaching the end right now with 14th place Ape Coolest. It's running the newest Vegito. That's always cool to see. Release from Evil, currently one of the best yellow cards that you can play. If you don't have this card, go get it, but it's pretty expensive at the moment. And opting to go with Gohan Piccolo SCR. This is the Z deck. Here is the side. This side deck wasn't used. This is probably a list from an earlier side deck build, or for like a best of 3 or something. So just ignore the side deck. This is the build. And then we have Blue Baby. I'm not gonna comment much on Blue Baby because I've never played this deck in my life. So I was lucky enough not to play the game when Blue Baby was a dominant force. But guys, for those of you who know this deck, it's going to be in the description below. Plus here is the Z deck. And finally, Majin Vegeta. Once again, a non-Broly SCR build. It looks like that build is gravitating more towards meme territory at the moment. This deck looks super scary. Like we had one Majin Vegeta on the stream, I believe, and yeah, it's pretty scary. Trust me, fighting this deck is going to be terrifying in the upcoming metagame. Like the leader who can just awaken, gain double strike. All of these cards are super huge. A phenomenal yellow aggro deck, like really phenomenal yellow aggro deck. But that's it, guys. All of the deck lists, you can find them on Eggman's website, and yeah, go check it out. And yeah, I guess that's it for the breakdown. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the Latin America metagame? Like, this is a lot different metagame because they don't have best of 1 pre-side, but the positive thing about this is that you can see some crazy builds. Like we have seen like Blue Baby, we have seen Gogeta with a lot of pre-side package into it. So all of these decks need to, you know, expand their builds to adjust to this sort of metagame. So that was cool to see. Plus we streamed the event, that was also a lot of fun. I will have games from the event uploaded on the channel. If you don't want to watch like a 5-hour long video, I'm gonna have them uploaded starting tomorrow. And guys, let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this meta. I read all of your comments, I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, share the video. We are on our way to 3,000 subs. It's incredible, guys. Help us get there. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.